Hey, it's Jason Creel. You know, it was a couple of weeks ago I gave 9 quotes, I believe it was 9, on a Monday. And I've been telling people I think Monday might be my best day for picking up new customers, because I think people are home on the weekends, they're out looking at their yard, working in their yard, and they think, I'm gonna call somebody Monday morning, you know, to get this yard straightened out. So they give me a call. But 9 quotes on a Monday was maybe the best Monday I've ever had as a business. I think I might end up getting 6 or 7 of those 9, which may also have been a best for one day. But it brought me to the point of what am I learning about marketing in the lawn care business, and how did I get 9 quotes? Well, there's a couple, I want to give some principles of marketing, and I've done a lot of videos on marketing, but one thing is basically that there's no one secret method necessarily. So these 9 quotes came from a bunch of different avenues. So I'd done a big direct mail campaign, which I've talked about on here, and had, to be honest, a little bit disappointing results. I'm not saying direct mail doesn't work, it does work, but it can get expensive and may take repetitive campaigns to really start to see more results, which, you know, not necessarily everybody can afford, including me. So I did get okay results from direct mail. So some of those 9 quotes were from direct mail. And I'll say this about direct mail and any kind of marketing. Sometimes you don't want to be too quick to judge your results, because a situation like this, where I would pick up one customer that called me off of a direct mail campaign, and this actually happened that day. I had a lady that I went and gave her a quote, and I never heard back from her. I called her, left her a message, I think I texted her, and she would never call me back for me to even give her the quote. I mean, I went out and priced her lawn, but I never actually given her the price, because I didn't want to just text her a price. I wanted to actually talk to her. Well, she ended up calling back 2 or 3 days later and hired me. And so I thought, well, you know, she hired me when she was ready. And so, and what ended up happening, I got her next door neighbor then hired me, and then he told somebody down the street who hired me, who told me that he could get me a couple more, and I haven't got those yet. But that one quote that I got from that direct mail turned into 3 customers, and maybe more in the future. So sometimes it may take even years before you know the full effect of a campaign, because yes, my direct mail, I got, you know, so-and-so amount of customers, but hopefully over the next couple of years, that'll lead to more referrals and more growth. So sometimes you have to spend a little on the front end, or plug away to get your business established before you start getting referrals. So that was one thing I learned. That being said, I still think direct mail was expensive for the results I got. And that brought me to another principle about marketing that made a lot of sense. I've heard people say this, but you know, when you're doing direct mail or other forms of advertising, you know, let's say putting up door hangers, postcards, all those things work, okay? And I'm not saying they're not worth doing. I think they are worth doing, and there's things that I do in my own business. That being said, you're putting a piece of advertisement on someone's door or mailing it to them, not really knowing if they're interested in your services. You know, chances are they're not interested in your service. So it becomes a numbers game. You have to do hundreds or thousands, in some cases tens of thousands, what some companies do, to get results from those campaigns, because most of the people are not interested. You're just throwing it out there broad, hoping that you find the few that are interested. Let's compare that with the internet. So if you're paying to be on Google AdWords, so when somebody searches for lawn care in your city and you come up at the top of Google, or you're organically ranking on Google, somebody is actually searching for lawn care in your city. I mean, they're actively looking to hire someone, you know, chances are. So does that make sense, the difference? If you just put out a bunch of postcards, they're not actively looking. You're just hoping to find the guy who when he sees it, he'll think, oh yeah, I need to hire somebody for my lawn. Where when somebody goes on the internet and is searching for lawn care, they want to hire someone. So your conversion rate's a lot better. Now, again, I'm not saying one way is right or wrong. I think you should do both, honestly. But it becomes a combination of these efforts to where I was able to, as a small business in my 3rd year in this area, to give 9 quotes on a Monday. You know, and again, I don't. So that's no record. I mean, I'm not saying that's some unbelievable total, but it was a good day for my business, and I was just trying to share from my own experience. So the other thing, so I'm getting direct mail. I'm getting people calling me off the internet. There was a lady that goes to church with me who talked to me. So, you know, people you know in the community. You know, different ways that you start getting referrals from, another guy that sends me business sometimes. He told his mother about me, and so I went and gave her a quote and got her a yard that day. You know, so it's just, once you get established and you have all these relationships, whether relationships in the community or customer relationships, then you have more people to refer business to you. It can be difficult those first couple of years getting your name out there, your business name out there, so that you then have people who can refer you business. So, you know, is word of mouth great advertisement? Of course it is, but you can't rely on that from the beginning, and I don't think you should ever solely rely on that. You know, depending on how fast you want to grow your business. But if you are looking to really grow, sometimes you have to do more aggressive and even more expensive forms of advertising to get established. Then you start getting some easy layup customers later. You know, people referring you. You know, I had one recently said they saw my yard sign in their neighbor's yard, you know, and called me. You know, it wasn't on that same day, but I thought, hey, that's great. You know, so they're coming from all different angles. But it takes time. It takes effort to get established, to get that customer base. And once you have that, then, you know, once you get that presence built, and this brings up another point about, you know, like I was talking about with the website, you have people are actually searching for you online. So I do think, and I've said this before, but maybe not on video, but I do think having a website, if you're going to be in this for the long haul, it is an expense, but to me, it is my best way to get customers now. And I wouldn't always say that. I'm used to say, I mean, I think there's a video on here where I'm saying that postcards are the best thing, you know, and then I think those are still good as well. But when I get a phone call from a customer and I say, well, how did you hear about my company? And they say, oh, I just found you online. I love to hear that. I love to know that they just searched on Google and they found my company and they looked me up. And because, I mean, that they are looking to hire somebody, and you know, yeah, they might call a couple other companies and they might not, you know, but if I can respond quickly, I have a chance to close that account and go ahead and take care of their yard, and you know, and it's a done deal. So website's worth investing into if you're going to be in this for a long haul. Again, on a website, it's not necessarily the quickest return. Again, I try to be upfront with people. I mean, having a website that's just out there somewhere on Google, on page 12 of Google, doesn't do you a lot of good, to be honest with you. But even if you can't afford a website, you could at least create a Facebook page for your business, and that can also rank on Google in some situations. But if you can get your website ranking well on Google, or paying Google AdWords to rank it, then, you know, the benefits down the road can be great. You know, like I said, and that may take a while to get ranked, so don't expect a quick return. But if you're looking for a long-term, you know, I really think a website is the way to go. So if my web guy does a lot of lawn websites, I'll put his information in the description of the video. But he's done my website. You can check out mine, alabamalawnpros.com, and he's done a great job on mine. So anyway, hope this helps on lawn care marketing. Hope to have a lot more videos coming soon. If you've already subscribed and you haven't clicked the little bell beside the subscribe button, click the bell, and that'll let YouTube notify you when I make a new video. Thanks.